So my next book is Mystery Math, a first book of algebra, and it is by David A. Adler and was illustrated by Edward Miller. So this book, you have two characters, Mandy and Billy, and it's Halloween, and it teaches you all different sorts of algebraic expressions. So, for example, an equation is a sentence with an equal sign. An equation must be balanced. If the equation is 4 plus 1 equals 3 plus 2, each side of the equal sign must add up to 5. The two sides are balanced. They are equal. So here's that page that I just read through. You can see there's 5 owls on each side. And then when we switch, this page says, here are some more equations. 6 plus 2 equals 8. 5 minus 1 equals 3 plus 1. So you can see here, the bats are moving around to make the branches equal. The two sides of the equations are balanced. They are equal. So it talks about all different kinds of stuff. The next page, an algebra equation has an equal sign and an unknown number, a mystery number. Here's an algebra equation, 4 plus x equals 5. And it walks them through how to solve a problem with an x, or how to create a problem with an x. And so I have always loved reading, but I've always been horrible at math. So honestly, as a child, I probably really would have hated this. It would have taken the joy out of reading. So I think this, always cognitive, but I think this also would kind of pull into their language and personalities. They're learning new math terms, such as sides of the equation must be balanced, algebraic expressions. Here they do some really complicated stuff. Like it gets pretty intense. This book is pretty intense. Variable. So it's going to introduce all those new words into their vocabularies. I think on some level, this requires some personality development, or will help develop their personality. If they are a child like me who hates reading, or who likes reading but is really bad at math, you have to have a lot of tenacity to make it through this book and to really understand the book and want to understand the book. However, I think this would be a great teaching aid for kids who were like me, who are not very good at math. I could visually see the things moving around, and I could visually see each and every step and why they did what they did. And so I think something like this would be better for our children who struggle with math. So for a literary element, this is written in third person limited, because the narrator knows the thoughts and feelings of the characters, but they're not in the story. So, so for a lesson plan for the personality and everything, I'd probably say you need to pick one type of equation, because there's multiple types of equation in here, and you need to create your own math equation. Cognitive, making them know what and active learning. So making them read and understand what they read and then apply it on their own. And then we'll come back to class and review the math problems and throw them up on the board and see if we can solve them as a class. So not only are we integrating that cognitive development and everything else, but now we're starting to integrate active learning and making them apply what they know and critical thinking. For the third person limited, I'm not totally sure. So I did try to research and try to figure out a lesson plan. And honestly, I couldn't find any that I loved. So if you have any suggestions, please throw them down, because I really liked this book and I didn't want to skip it, which is why I've included it. But I never really found a really great literary one that I was just in love with, that I was like, yes, this loops into math and this loops into literary. I didn't really find any of that. I mean, we have third person limited, but everything else, all my other lesson plans kind of loop back in together. This one, I'm not feeling it. So if you have any suggestions on a lesson plan, I think that'd be really excellent. But I do think this would be great when you do start teaching algebra, or like I said, even for your kids who struggle a little bit more with algebra, physically letting them see and all that. I think it's really great. And I think this is a really great way to not make kids afraid of word problems, because word problems can be very scary.